Here's a question. It's a simple question with a simple yes or no answer. Would you spend upwards of 30 lakh rupees to buy a car with a badge that says this? Well, it won't be an emphatic no, but it won't be an outright yes either. This is Times Drive. I'm Joel Pereira, and today we're driving the 2014 Hyundai Santa Fe. It's big, it's beefy, and quite far away from the Hyundais you normally find skittering around on our high streets. You know, the little Eons and i10s. This is a big Hyundai, something we in India are not really accustomed to seeing. It's interesting how this car is styled. Because the outgoing Santa Fe was a slurpy avail of designs and styles and could have served as a profile sketch to describe a generic SUV with touches of the Audi Q series thrown in for fun. The 2014 version also gets Hyundai's trademark fluidic design. And from where I'm sitting, it does look quite good. But enough of this idle banter. Let's drive. Now, normally I would begin by telling you about the engine, but first there's something in this car that's an even greater indicator of what's gone under the hood. Now, sitting here in the driver's cabin, the spec sheet on the Santa Fe says it's got a 2.2-litre CRDI diesel engine. A diesel engine, but from sitting here you won't be able to tell because it's that quiet. Now, compared to this car, the Fortuner makes quite a racket. It really is quite amazing. Turn off the aircon and the surround sound stereo and all you hear is a slight buzz of the turbo. That's pretty much it. But coming back to that engine, like I said, it's a 2.2-litre CRDI diesel. It's putting out a very impressive 197 bhp and even better, 440 Newton meters of torque between 18 and 2500 RPM. You were probably just about to Google it, so I'll save you the trouble. Yes, that's more than both the Fortuner and the Endeavour. In fact, it's even more powerful than that prince of SUVs in this category, the Land Rover Evoque. Yes sir, with all that power, the Santa Fe is fast. It seems like a car that can crack 100 in less than 10 seconds. Driving this SUV is a whole lot of fun. The steering feels very reassuring and will do exactly what you tell it to do. And when you do push the car, all hell does not break loose. The torque curve is pretty flat, and though you suddenly realize that you can hear the engine, it still responds the way you want it to. The Santa Fe comes in 3 variants. Hyundai is offering you 2 automatic options and 1 manual. We didn't get to drive the manual, but we're guessing from the product lineup that Hyundai wants to focus on the automatics, which makes sense because the fully loaded top-end Santa Fe is only available as an auto. This was the car that we're driving, and the automatic, despite not coming with any of the double-clutch abbreviated wizardry, is superb to use. Unlike other automatics of this kind, shifts are pretty quick and power delivery is instant. If you need to stick your foot down hard, you're not going to have to wait much for power to come. I'm liking the Santa Fe lots and lots. Now, far too often we get cars like these, looking big and beefy, but without the power and the wherewithal to do much. Derisively, we call these cars soft-roaders, or even worse, mommy wagons. Happily, the Santa Fe isn't one. Because if you call yourself an SUV, then you better act like one, and you better have all-wheel drive, which the Santa Fe does. Now, that itself isn't too big a deal because a lot of cars in this space do come with all-time 4-wheel drive, a nifty little system that transfers power to whichever wheel needs it. But where the Santa Fe goes a little further is that it offers you 4-wheel drive lock mode that allows you to keep it in permanent all-wheel drive, especially useful when you're driving in the wet or when things are especially slippery. For a car of this size, the Santa Fe handles pretty well too, and the all-wheel drive comes in handy when you push hard and get a bit of torque steer. Now, since the steering is electric, you get 3 steering modes. Sitting on the steering wheel is a button that allows you to switch between the comfort, normal and sports mode, which changes feedback and input pressure. This car is as impressive from within as it is from without. You've got high-quality plastics and leather everywhere, exactly the kind of thing you'd expect from a 30 lakh rupee car. Slightly jarring, however, is the blue tone on all the electricals. The dials and backlights all have this azure glow, but then in hindsight, I guess it contrasts well with the warm tones from the wood and leather. More importantly, this car is fully loaded with all the toys you're used to getting as standard from its German rivals. You've got dual zone climate control, cruise control, a fully functional in-dash stereo with ports for USB and iPod, steering controls, and more 12-volt sockets that you'll ever know what to do with. One jarring aspect of the dash though is the super tiny display screen. For a car this big, surely the display could have been a little bigger. And then there's the space. The Santa Fe comes with tons of it. You've got great seats in the front with automatic controls for the driver and manual for the shotgun. The seats in the center are more than abundant. There's a row in the back too, but that space is best used folded up and used as a cargo bay. If you do want to put people in there, we suggest unruly children. They'll be trapped in the back, but at least they get their own AC vents. The Hyundai dropped the Santa Fe at the Expo last week, and since this is a Hyundai, they do offer you a fair bit of choice. You've got three versions: the base two-wheel drive with the manual, the two-wheel drive automatic, and then the fully loaded four-wheel drive automatic. Prices begin at 26.3 lakhs for the two-wheel drive manual, 27.1 for the two-wheel drive auto, 29.2 lakhs for the loaded automatic. Yep, that's pretty steep. At those prices now, you might not be getting the brand prestige of, say, an Audi Q3 or a BMW X1, but what you are getting is an honest, handsome, spacious and capable SUV, and that should be enough.